I've just been doing a significant amount of War of Shadows lately, so wanting to do a couple videos here. Turn 1, I have an option between like Lunar Guardian or Cavern Creeper plus who knows what. Safe play feels like Lunar Guardian. And Dark Gladiator might have been even better, but didn't have that option. And I'm actually going to go heavy here. War of Shadows is definitely played differently than a lot of other sets. A lot of cards that require power, including heroes. So, it's one of those few sets where you feel really lucky when your opponent comes out with 5 runes on the first turn. So you want to mix Mystic Heavy. I'm going to go ahead and take that Dark Gladiator. I'm going to continue at this point loading down the early game dark cards. Night cards, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to take a Mystic. I do want to have some runes. But I notice a lot of times I want to just really load pretty heavy on the power front early in these games. So, make sure, yeah, okay. 3/2, so he's going to get the Cavern Creeper, and now he has a choice, and he gets the Inspired Templar. I'm pretty good with getting the Dogs of War pretty early, I guess. I could instead take the Shardwing Beetles as just some extra, just eat at the honor pool quickly. Either way, I want to get rid of some day cards. I think I'll probably end up taking the Dogs of War, but I'll take a Shardwing Beetle first. And, I didn't play my 3 rune. I intended to play my 3 rune to give myself the choice, but I was going to take the Dogs of War anyways. So, no big loss there. This might be one of those rare opportunities to get one of the 6-cost heroes early. Actual 6 rune cost card. Not through careful planning, just through randomness of the draw, but it could happen. So he goes Shade Viper, and good Conjure. So now, still the Riftwatch Outpost is tempting because I do think constructs are pretty strong. There aren't a lot of ways to kill constructs, and these are long, grindy games, so you just get a lot of value. That being said, 4 power, even though Aura Historian's also pretty sweet, I don't have a lot of Mystics and Heavies yet, and I may not have to go down that road, though that happens a lot in the set. Shade of Sidranus, or Imri Plus, if you will, is coming into my deck. I just so rarely even get to play with that card. I'm very, very highly focused on power usually in this combination of sets, so it may even just be that, hey, I get a chance to throw it in there. But 4 power feels like a lot for one card. Feels like a kind of card you wouldn't want to pass, considering, like I said, that I'm generally really emphasizing power in these sets, so why not have a card that really does it for you if you can get it? Alright, so it's daytime. Got a couple night cards here. Probably gonna want to pick up Aura Historian. I don't know, I'm going Riftwatch Outpost. If nothing else, it also helps me to eliminate some of these day cards, so my night cards will trigger. But I really think, like I said, it's early enough in the game that a construct may pay off significantly for me. So, and then it was just sort of a no-brainer to beat the Shardwing Beetle there. I had 3 power left, nothing else, and that was the only 3 power monster. So 7-6, pretty close early. My night cards are not doing a lot of damage yet, but I do have that Shade and that Riftwatch, and I think that's going to pay off. And now I'm going to take the Aura Historian, because I think in the long run that's going to pay off more than... The Everbloom Witch can certainly be really good, but neither of us have a lot of Lifebound yet. So it's kind of, do you really want to go that route? In other sets, that Everbloom Witch, like in other more faction-centric, kind of life-bound sort of sets, Everbloom Witch would just be insane. In this set, it's a little harder to make a life-bound deck work, I have found, so... he's got a good start on it there, though, taking the Marsh Ranger, so... let's see, so I have plenty of power. I may end up wanting to take that Everbloom Witch from him. There's a couple of night cards. I cannot take them both, so I don't think I want to take either of them. I think what I'm going to do is take the Moth and see what pops out. And I'm going to take that Witch because I really don't think I can let him get going crazy like that. I think that's one of the ways I could lose this game now, is that my opponent already has the Marsh Ranger, and to give him the Witch to go with it, that could be pretty sick. Otherwise, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape so far, so just not gonna let that happen. I also think I will take the Verdant Chanter from him. Verdant Chanter. Might want some more rune here. I've got a decent amount of power, so I'm trying to decide what to banish with my Dogs of War, and it's going to be the Militia. Would not always be that way, but that seemed pretty reasonable at this point. Ooh, 6. So, big honor chunk there, as he kind of jumps out to the lead. That's one of the fun things about this set. It really feels like you can watch the score go back and forth and see who's winning more than maybe you can in other sets. I'm not going to be able to make it night, so I'm just going to go ahead and unite and get my runes. And I can't buy the Tay here, so it's going to be the Deadeye Assassin. Didn't really have a lot of good options there. I wasn't buying the Flare Tracker. I kind of want it to be nighttime. Meanwhile, I'm letting him build up kind of this Flare Tracker, Sure Shot Tracker combo. And that may... it could pay off. It's one of those things that doesn't come up often. Ooh, interesting. You didn't take the Sure Shot Tracker that'll go with the Flare Tracker that turn. Draw some extra cards here. Ooh, okay. So I can get a Legion of Aklis. Now we're sort of in business. I guess I'd like to make it night first. Get extra power for my Dark Gladiator. Or I could not worry about that. See, it's either buy the Sure Shot Tracker to try to make it night, or I could just beat the Legion and still have the power left over to buy Verdant Chanter to go ahead and get the payoff. I think I'll do that. I think I'd actually take the sure bet here and beat the Legion and get the payoff. And I could even take the Creeper instead of the Chanter, which would let me get the Sure Shot Tracker from him. That's kind of tough. I kind of need another Lifebound to make sure it's more likely that I can unite my Witch. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Either way, I wanted to take one of the night cards. He is getting close to the end of his deck too, so he may be looking to pick up the Sure Shot Tracker. I simply don't have any synergies with it, so I went with a card that I did have some synergies with. If nothing else, it encourages him to take some day cards, maybe turn on my night cards here, open up some more night card slots in the center row, or maybe I can use the Legion for a big turn. We're definitely coming down towards the end here. Still pretty surprised he didn't go for the Sure Shot Tracker, honestly. Probably going to be buying Searing Ascara. Doesn't look like I'm going to be making it. I could take the Sure Shot Tracker to try to make it night first, because it doesn't look like I'll be buying another night card otherwise. Sure, why not? Unfortunately, I was not able to make it knight, but still going to go ahead and get the 2 honor from buying a knight card there, and I guess I could take the Deceitful Ghoul. I could pop the Riftwatch Outpost to do that. Seems pretty legitimate. I do want to get day cards off the board. There's some more knight cards. See if I have any good targets for the Shade of Sidranus. There's the Atlas, if I could somehow get to that. That would be a beating. So what I need is to make it knight and get a heavy infantry. Those things didn't happen. So I don't have the rune for Reclamax. I think I'm going to banish the Reclamax. Still working on trying to make it. I probably should just beat the Scavenger Ants and just get the value here. It doesn't look like I'm going to be making it knight soon enough to use my Shade of Sidranus and my Dark Gladiator, so just take the Ants. Still holding out hope that I can use the Gladiator, but no. Lots of day cards, so and no night cards that I've been able to buy. I could buy the Bringer of Hope. I guess that's actually the bigger value play for me, but then he gets the Watchtower Golem. But I think that's probably good enough. I think I have a significant enough lead. I could take the Bringer in anticipation that the game may end right away for max value. So it's been a close, grindy sort of battle, as War of Shadows tends to be. I'm not sure I'm giving the most detailed description of full-on, what should be the strategy in the set, and it feels like it's kind of on a play-by-play basis, which it's interesting. It's not the same as, a lot of other sets in Ascension I guess I've played a lot more of, and that may be part of the difference, but I just feel like there's so much variation in War of Shadows in what the scenario starts with and what cards become available quickly, and even that your strategy may change as the game goes on, because it's not like you're banishing your cards and drawing this 1 or 2 great cards. You have to continually be thinking about which cards you might want to go for next. So that was a good one. Laleigh with the win. I will challenge the rematch. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.